A new subscriber arrives. It fills you with determination. Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
1. Hello and welcome everyone to another fantastic Sunday here on the Exploding Dice channel. My name is Askren and I am your host for the evening. But we are going to be playing... I'm not your Dungeon Master because we are going to be playing once again our Mouse Guard campaign here every Sunday called The Dark Spring. And for that, I need to introduce the true Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Four. How is it going, my friend?
Splendidly. I have a splendid bow, and I have a splendid evening.
Is that a white bow?
This is a bow with pearls.
Why has it got to be white though?
I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was a white bow or if it was just really washed out.
Why does color matter?
I was gonna say because we don't have a Quinn here, but his cloak color is white, so maybe.
Why has it got to be white? Why we got to break people down like that?
This is a valid point.
Why can't it just be part of the bow race?
I can get many bows. I respect all bow colors, and on request, I will diversify my selection. God bless you.
It's been hovering.
I hate that so much.
That has been hovering for like 10 minutes, and it finally just got out.
Like, I need to sneeze, but I can't do it. How do I make myself sneeze?
And you sit there with your eyes watering for 5 minutes? Yeah, it's the worst.
Oh my gosh, that's what I should do. I should get all your cloak colors in my hair. As we do that, do you want me to tell them about what exactly Mouse Guard is?
I want you to tell us everything.
Everything? I'll have to start from the beginning. First, there was nothing but David Peterson, an artist of great passion and nerdiness. And then he made a comic book, and it was awesome and amazing. And then we are playing the role-playing game based on that comic book, Mouse Guard. And this fantastic role-playing game is all about little mice in a gigantic world in which they have to strive to defeat not only their own vices, but the unerring, tumultuous weather, which to a mouse is life-threatening, as well as all the other predators and horrible, diseases, hunger strikes, starvation, lots of bad things. But thankfully, the mouse of the territories have the Mouse Guard to help them, and that's who our players are. They are a part of the wonderful Mouse Guard who go forth and do good deeds with knowledge, sword, and shield, and make the world a better place.
Except for my mouse. She's part of the NRA. She's mostly here. Huh?
No, no.
Is she a part of the Hedgehog Belt?
No.
Oh.
No. But she's a part of the Natural Rifle Association of Animals, the NRAA.
They advocate for the right for all mice to shoot guns.
I would not mind getting some Twitch donations from our friends at the NRAA.
Hashtag sponsored.
Yeah.
Junie, can you roll scientists to make me an F-16?
Have you ever had anyone make gunpowder? Can you make gunpowder in the mouse world?
You can.
I guess the explosives we were talking about. We were talking about blowing up tunnels, so we'd have to have some.
There are ways. There are ways.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Well, that is that fantastic recap. We are going to dive just into our recap of the story and all of that in just 1 second. But before we do, a couple quick announcements, pieces of business, things to get out of the way before we introduce everyone and their characters. First of all, I want to thank you guys for all of the help, the support, the donations that have gone to affecting our games, helping our players out, giving them all kinds of great stuff, natural 20s and inspirations, both in this game and our other ones, have basically covered the entire set of expenses for TwitchCon, hotel, flight, all of that stuff is taken care of, thanks to you guys. So I really wanted to lay out my appreciation and thank you guys so much for the support over the last month. it has been amazing, and I am looking forward to bringing you guys some cool content and stuff from TwitchCon with all of my friends over there. This is going to be the last stream before the convention, so as you guys probably know, there is going to be no Fuzzy Dice, there's going to be no Writhing Moon or Mouse Guard this coming week, because pretty much everyone's going to be down there in the LA area. Obviously, if you guys are in the LA area, make sure you let us know so you can come out and say hi. We would love to hang with you, to meet all of the Bomb Squad friends. But we are, of course, will be, counting the minutes until we can come back. The other thing that I wanted to say is, if you happen to be at TwitchCon and you should definitely look for me, because I'm going to have 3 of these. These are some of our exclusive custom-made Elderwood Academy hex chests. They've got the exploding dice logo, and you can put all your dice in there, and they're magnetic, and they're just really goddamn cool. I'm going to be having 3 of these full of special dice to give out to random people who come say hi and hang out. So if you guys come, meet up, you might leave with a prize.
Unless you're me, and then you just mug Askren.
Just in the back alley, just leave with all 3.
Yeah.
And then sell them on eBay.
Yep. Black market. That's how I'm paying for my TwitchCon ticket.
So if these show up on eBay or any other auction site, exactly where they came from. They're
Bid high.
That black market girl.
Oh man, if you want one that bad, I can send you one.
Oh, you mean I don't have to brutally attack you?
Is this a bribe?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
I had already come out with the deal with how much I was going to sell them to Leslie for. Yeah, I had already sold. I take pre-orders. Yeah.
Pre-orders.
Yeah.
Oh man.
2 pre-orders left.
I wonder what your profit margin on them is.
Pretty high. You don't put up a lot of a fight, so I mean they're pretty high.
You don't know that. I might be packing at TwitchCon. I might be strapped.
Jeez.
Chat. I know you're with me. I feel you.
Pretty sure
in my
she just
presence.
wants to mug you. Yeah, that's why we live so far apart.
Pointedly so.
Oh my gosh! Oh, your mug is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It's so cool.
That is a really nice mug.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a
Turn about
gift
your
from
face.
someone. Oh, thank you for that too.
These tender paws, they're getting worse by the day.
That was really funny. I like that. I don't have any other announcements other than, guys, please hit that retweet link. Tell everyone you're hanging out with us. Why don't we say hello to our cast members and have them tell us who they are playing today? And let's start with you, Leslie. How's it going?
It's good. I missed last week, so I have no idea what happened. I'm gonna have to get a little recap from you guys, but I'm Simply Jackson or Leslie. You can find me at twitch.tv/simply_JXN. I'm a variety broadcaster. I do creative sometimes, gaming sometimes, whatever I want to sometimes, and I talk shit on trolls all the time. So that's about it. But check me out if you want to, I guess. Oh, and my character is Junie, the Tinderpaw, the youngest of the group, and the one who is eager to please her fellow, I guess, Mouse Guard teammates, essentially. So she likes them a lot, unless they made me not like them a lot last episode when I wasn't here.
Yeah. No, Junie was she was pretty rebellious last week.
Nice.
I don't know. I felt your spirit move through me, and so I had you slay the fox, the wolf.
Of course you did.
Of course.
Because our track record is we fail, and then Junie just does everything.
And then draws mustaches on them as she leaves.
Exactly.
Then.
Oh man, absolutely. And next, of course, is Bronze. How is it going?
I think I missed. Nope.
Oh.
Got it. That's gonna be today. That's gonna be today.
I like that. I like the nope. No, I'm good. I'm fine.
Let's go.
Here we go.
My eyes are all watery now.
Ooh.
Hello, I'm that bronze girl, a proud member of NRA, and the South will rise. That being said,
The mouse will rise.
I stream on Twitch, and I also apparently mug people in alleyways. I play Brienne. She's a stout, hefty little mouse who is very stubborn and strong in her faith in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. That's all I've got.
Would Jesus
You've triggered me so hard.
be an NRA mouse as well?
I gotta go. I'm just kidding. like pinging on the deep south, and me, I'm just like a squid. Like, no.
You've yet to begin your training.
Oh, good lord.
Oh man.
Bless her.
I don't know if I can top that, because my mouse is not a gun-toting, mouse Bible thumping, revolutionary. He is though he is a small mouse named Tynan Trailchaser, who has a keen sense of smell and a fear of wolves that he is apparently working hard to overcome, as per last session. He's a bit of a bookworm. He carries around a lore book that he scribes details and stories in, as well as a sword, and he is doing his best to set an example for his first Tenderpaw, which is Junie. And he struggles a lot with how to be a good example there. And that's... Last week, he was terrified, and he did his best to not leave pellets everywhere because of that. But I think that we overcame that. So that is our cast. We have a little bit of recapping to do, don't we?
Ooh, a little bit. It was a harrowing situation.
Yeah, let me see if I have any conditions. I don't even remember, man.
You guys rocked it last time. I don't think you failed a single test.
Oh yeah, I don't have any conditions, so...
Any nature?
Where's my nature? Yeah, my nature's a little bit depleted.
You want to recover that?
Sure. Let me see if I can remember what happened last week. So, last week, we began our quest, as we had just arrived in the town of, I'm refreshing my memory here, give me a second, Woodruff's Grove, the town beyond the edge of the scent border that was destroyed, and basically removed from the mouse territories after the last the Weasel War, I think it was, that it got basically destroyed. We had learned that, or we had cut a deal with a group of bandits, saying that they would collapse the tunnels that we had agreed to collapse outside of Pebblebrook, if we went across the border and retrieved her boyfriend and the other bandit troop mice that were there, which were not actually mice. They were, in fact, weasels, ferrets, and, what's the other one? Martins.
Martin.
And so, we also, one of those weasels, the one, I don't remember his exact name. I know I called him Rampaul Jr., because that's technically who he was. We learned that Rampaul was actually a last name.
Yes, he has been known as Huey.
Huey, yeah.
One of three brothers of duck descendants.
Dude.
Yeah.
That are also weasels.
Dewey and Screwy or someone else.
No, keep going.
So we caught up with these, or we arrived in the town of Woodruff Grove to catch up with these, this troop, and basically just as we arrived, so did a hunting and hungry wolf, and the first thing that we did was hunker down in buildings and try and hide. We conferred with the weasel. We learned that the only way out of this town was we were going to try and get everyone out and then escape the wolf. And to do that, Quinn and Tynan rigged up a sort of scent bomb, essentially, and flung it, used his sling to fling it across from the tower, smashing a window on the other side of town, and basically creating both sound and scent to draw the wolf's attention for just long enough for us to rush out of our holes, grab Duncan and the pregnant mouse, who I don't remember her name, it's in my notes, as well as the other weaselkin. However, we were just before we were about to make our way out, we learned that we had left one behind. It was apparently a weasel that had climbed a tree, and he had lost his leg to a wolf. And so Tynan and Rampal Jr. Huey ran back and actually picked him up, and we dragged him out of there sort of military style. And we all managed to use I believe we used the tunnels, the tunnels to get between the buildings, escape the boundaries of the city without the wolf catching us, and then we just booked it into the woods towards the border as fast as we could. And I believe we ended our session camping?
You did. You had major way towards Pebblebrook, but you sort of realized we should not be out in the open. We should get into some cover and shelter. Make sure that if there are wolves around, we hide ourselves so they don't find us. You did so.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very tight space currently because there are a lot of bodies in here. Unfortunately, they're very large bodies. 2 weasels, one robed, what looks like albino ferret, as well as a large marten, who is like a cross between a fox and a weasel, very large. We also have with you a black-furred mouse who's pregnant, Miss Opal. But that is where we left off, and you can recover a nature point if you like.
Thank you. I will also say, as we are diving right back into the campaign, remember, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that retweet link. Dice Thulu has it for you right there. Of course, if you want to get involved in helping our players out with the action, I believe it's this, you can give our players natural or fate points, rerolls, extra dice, as well as charging their traits and stuff. All of that through the donation banner down below. And, of course, all of that goes back to helping support the channel. And also remember that it is the last couple days of the half-off September thing, so if you guys are already... I wanted to thank, where is he? Mr. BPP Phantom for renewing his subscription for 3 months. He says, I came for the mouse guard. I stay because I'm trapped in a crazy asylum in some madman's dream. That's a Writhing Moon reference.
Best timing.
As we all are. So thank you so much, BP Phantom, for the subscription, guys. Remember, you can join as well. It's just, the button is right there above chat. And so I will turn it over to Mr. 4. What's going on, man? Take us away.
So much is going on as the sun begins to crest over this piece of land. As you guys have been moving through a pine forest, you are reaching, I think you already went past the scent border, but I would say you are probably somewhere here, maybe a few hours away from Pebblebrook, but due to the things that lurk along the scent border's edge, you did not want to tempt fate, especially with a wounded weasel being dragged along with you. Oh. And that is where you have left off. What you can probably do is make a Pathfinder check to get the rest of the way to Pebblebrook, if that is your aim, with these weasels and their kin in tow.
All right. And by the way, thank you, Dice Rolling Mama, for the 4 months Game Wiz subscription. Thank you so much. Don't know if it comes with a message, but you know that that Dice Thulu embraces you always. Mama, who is also playing Mouse Guard with 4, I believe.
Yeah, we've had Mama show up, and
yeah.
I will not spoil you of the manner of tasks that she has undertaken.
All right, so we have to make a Pathfinder check. I can do that because I'm the Pathfinder master apparently. Oh wow, why do I have so many check marks? Oh, I have my entire pathfinder, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 successes there and no failures.
You're not gonna level that thing up anytime soon if you keep going down that route, buddy.
Can I just roll and intentionally fail?
It's obstacle 3. You can even use a trait against yourself.
I can't?
You can.
Oh.
That removes 1 dice.
I just looked at my thing and there's 6 check marks there. I'm like, why am I so good at pathfinding?
Starting out strong. Because you guys burn everything you have to succeed.
Well, we don't.
Because we know what happens when we fail.
Yeah, we don't want to fight evil birds.
Nope.
Not again.
No, never.
Okay, so do you guys want to, or is anyone else trying to level their pathfinder? Or do you guys want me to make the check there?
That's up to your patrol mates.
I was muted. I don't have Pathfinder and I'm not actively learning it. Like I don't have any checks in it, so I'd be down for you doing it.
I can back you up with my Pathfinder if needed.
Okay.
Unless you want to fail.
I mean, I kind of want to level up the skill to 5, but that's gonna take 4 failures. So.
How about fill in less treacherous times?
When we're not running away from a wolf. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're making your way into civilized territory.
Oh, we're over the border now. That's right.
You're over the border now.
Okay.
Hello. But yes, I'm gonna say I'll probably just give you a condition, Askren, because you're the only one doing this test. I believe you're not getting any helping dice, right?
Well, I mean, there definitely are. Like we have a cartographer in Quinn.
You can refuse helping dice, though.
I mean, I don't think this is the right time to.
Oh. Well, if you say so.
Just kidding.
to get us.
It is obstacle 3.
There, I think, yeah. There, I think he'll just do it himself. There's, he's not gonna actively work again, like actively use a trait against himself. His trait also is wolf wise, so, or that's his wises. I'm sorry. His traits are rational. That probably wouldn't really help here. Against himself. So we'll just do the check, and if we get lost, we get lost. Otherwise, we'll be fine. Over 4. Where am I? Oh, I'm all the way at the top. That is a 1 success.
It's a failure, sir. You're tired.
Yeah.
So.
Did something happen to Junie last? Because she's still angry.
I think you never recovered from that.
Okay.
Sadly.
Okay. I have 1 angry mouse.
So, Junie, how do you feel about these large predators in your presence right now?
Terrified, of course.
Okay. All right. I also, and Duncan's still with you. Now, did you want to go straight to Pebblebrook with these guys in tow, or did you want to head perhaps to the bandit camp?
Do we know where the bandit camp is?
You remember where it is in the vicinity. It's sort of south of the road between Pebblebrook and Barkstone.
We're talking about the bandit camp where we met
Lucretia.
Lucretia, yes. Right? I thought that was over the border. No, that wasn't. It is.
Or was it?
Yeah.
I believe it was, yeah.
So then we'd have to loop back around.
That's because you guys wanted to get out of the scent border pronto. But I'm asking you, you wanted to bring these weasels to Pebblebrook with you.
Why don't we head to the tunnels that they were supposed to collapse? Because if anything, that will probably be where Lucretia is going to be. Okay. That was the job that we gave her.
That's very true. So the tunnels are actually, I believe there was some right there. And making your way there, and actually Huey Rampal is aware of some of the Dark Heather tunnels nearby. But after your encounter with the wolf, you are very tired. And as you are walking, after the Martin and Huey himself take turns sort of trying to help the one-legged weasel Fank along, and Huey leans down to you, Tynan, and you hear him sort of clack his teeth together as he says, "So, what do you intend to do with us now that we're back in the territories?"
Tynan will kind of, sigh. He's I guess at this point, like, we've been walking for a while, so there wouldn't really be much adrenaline in his system anymore. He probably would be a little bit exhausted, and he'll just kind of look at him. He says, well, you're not actively working against us. You're not plotting against the guard or the cities here, as far as we can tell, as far as Lucretia assures us.
And he is a bit ruffled. And he says to you, "There's just a lot right now that is going to happen. Our band can't go back out there. Are you, as a guard mouse, going to be comfortable knowing that weasels are here? And I don't mean you, Tynan. I mean you, a guard's mouse."
He says, No, this is a complex situation, and for the moment, we will assume that your presence, your and your companion's presence, are not the report has not been submitted, as they say.
Huh.
However, we will need to come to some sort of agreement, because, yeah, it is true that you and your companions will not be greeted with as much openness as we have shown.
I wouldn't expect anything less, honestly.
Tynan will kind of like pace around, so he's facing him now, and he says, "However, I feel like I should be frank. And we're on our way to meet Lucretia and see that her task is done, and then you and yours can be reunited. However, there is something that I must ask, as it cuts to the heart directly of the duty that I was charged with. And that is, we were sent out originally on reports that perhaps the tunnels leading across the border were being operated and occupied by your father."
Occupied? My father?
Rampal, yes.
All right. That's madness.
He will kind of raise a brow. He says, I'm interested to know with where your relations and your perhaps allegiances lie in this matter."
And from behind, you see the one-legged weasel sort of cry out, He's abandoned his title. He has no claim in Darkheather anymore."
Huey, that you mean?
And you notice Huey sort of closes his eyes and gives a nod. "Thank you, Frank. You do not have to answer for me, though. I appreciate it." And Fink sort of looks between all of the mice assembled and says, "Is it true that Rampal is in Darkheather once more?"
We don't know. We were sent on a mission to collect information. That it might be true. My only concern here is that if this were revealed a bit later on, that you would not feel betrayed in this way, or you would not feel like perhaps there is reason to seek out assistance with him. It says, we bring you here among the borders and among the territories on good faith.
The Martin speaks up, suddenly sort of scoffing. There can be no faith between Weasel and Mouse, or our kin. There's always going to be suspicion. That is what the Weasel War wrought for you.
Then perhaps our journey should not have taken place, and perhaps you would rather return.
The Martin gives a nod to Huey, sort of turning back towards the line of the scent border. We should leave these mice. Nothing good can come of this. Huey puts out a paw and says, "You know very well I can't abandon Lucretia. Go on. Takes to the tunnels, wherever you're taking us."
I must admit your companion's candor does not fill me with confidence.
No, but Fank is sworn to serve me and protect me. The Martin, less so, but you can leave if you want. Alphys, there's nothing bounding you to me. There's no honor here. There's no prey. You can go back and hunt pine nuts if you want. And Alphys, the Martin, sort of shakes his head and says, "No, I think it's better to stay where wolves do not tread." Huey gives an answer. "And follow my lead. Speak no ill towards these mice. They saved us." Very well.
Tynan will kind of, as they keep walking, Tynan will kind of step back a few paces next to Brienne and say, "This one, Alphys is the white one. Is he white or brown?"
He's actually like a light brown.
Okay.
With a sleek, almost fox-like head.
And he's
and
not
a
the one
long
missing
body.
a foot, correct?
No, Fank, who is the royal guard of Huey Rampal, he is missing the foot.
And so I'm just trying to sort out the names. Alphys is the one who is not not happy with the situation.
He's not happy with the situation, but it's better than wolves.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm just trying to sort that out. So, hold on. Alphys, and he is not happy. And then Duncan, we have what was the woman's name with Duncan? Opal.
Opal.
Yeah. And Fank, F-E or F-A-N-K.
Oh, F-A-N-K.
Okay, and he's the footless.
The footless. Fank the footless. Footloose.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he'll kind of take a step back next to Brienne and say, This one troubles me a bit. And he's kind of gesturing to Alphys. Anything?
Anything?
Brian?
Jasmine?
Bronze.
Can you hear us?
For a second, it actually cut out on me.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
we were
God.
all like waiting for you to answer. We're like, could you
No.
just not?
No, that's why I looked like a deer in the headlights while looking over here. Because for a moment, all of your
Poor
faces
thing.
froze, and I was just like,
Okay.
I love it.
Stone cold.
yeah. So I was just
Classic
like,
Brienne.
It's literally, I was like,
What do I do now?
yeah.
Use, line.
Just act natural.
Because I was like, oh, did they all freeze? I was like, I hope they didn't. And then I was waiting for the call to drop because it's happened to me before.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I'm just like,
Yeah. So yeah, no. Tynan just kind of stepped away from the weasels he was talking to, and he kind of walks next to you a bit, and he's pointing to Alphos, and he says, "I don't really trust this one."
oh, yeah, I caught some of that, and then thankfully, yeah, okay.
So we should keep an eye on him.
Between you and me, I don't trust any of them.
Right, but if any of them are going to show signs of hostility first, my guess is that's where it's going to come from. He says, just keep an eye on him. I want to make sure he doesn't whisper anything in Huey's ear that might harm our peace.
Can Junie hear this at all?
I expect so.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably whispering it, but Junie might, if you want to be nearby, you totally can.
Okay, well, Junie's gonna make note. I mean, why would Rampel Jr. essentially do anything harmful considering his woman is here?
Oh,
Like, regardless of whatever Dubro is gonna whisper in his ear, you know?
I don't know, but he's on our side for now. We have a truce, but I don't know what is in his mind, and I don't know what is in his nature, and if there is power and any sort of offering that his.
But he gave up rank and power with his weasel people
I understand.
already, so I don't.
But I'm not contending that. I'm saying I don't know what's in his head, and so I don't want anyone whispering in his ear anything that might jeopardize that. People can change their minds. So we just want to make sure we keep him on our side.
What I'm worried about is him deciding he wants to get back in with his dad and using us as a pretty little offering to get in easily.
I think.
That's what.
I mean, he would end up offering up his lady friend too, though. If he's still in love with her, he's not going to do that.
I think he'd probably find a way to make sure she got out safely.
So let's keep an eye on her.
Not a bad idea.
All right. And then Tynan will just continue walking. I guess we'll lead these guys to wherever we escaped those tunnels a while back.
All right. You do so, and as you are moving along, you have the pregnant mouse in the cart, and you notice that Mim, who's the ferret, is sort of like hovering over her, driving a motorcycle, apparently.
Nope.
And
did four freeze for anybody else?
Four. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. Dynamic.
That was scary. Like he went from
he's
being
frozen like that.
He went from being frozen on my end to like.
Yeah, I know, and now he's frozen like that.
What you were all doing like 5 minutes ago for me.
Guys, someone screen cap 4 like this. It's the best.
It's a little bit scary.
It is a little bit scary.
This is what I imagine going on in 4's like private when he's like thinking about how to write the story. He's like, and then bears. I love him so much. So funny.
Guys, rip 4.
I think he's gone.
There he goes.
Bad 4 though.
There he goes. It's all right. Bronze, you're in the DM seat now.
Take
you
drive.
got
Let's
this.
He's back. Wait.
No, he's not back.
String of bows.
Yeah, that's his bow collection.
He shapeshifts into bows.
He's camouflaged. He's like Snake. You don't see him. but he's there.
Yo, so originally when we first started working before, I thought that was just one image of a horse and then flipped to the other side. And then I realized eventually it was a blanket. I was like, okay. I don't know why.
Hello. Hello. Oh, I'm Brienne! Yay!
As I fixed it. I can't convince Bronze to DM.
I want to be gay one day.
One day.
Like Brienne?
I love how he skipped NRAA, South, Jesus loving, and went straight to gay. I love it. Thank you for. Thank you.
She's a southern woman of the gay who's strong in her faith.
What are they? Strong, proud women of the South.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Brienne loves the southern women. Just
those
Southern
bells. Those southern bells.
Yeah.
Those daughters of the Confederacy.
This is let's
I think if they knew how much she loved them, maybe they wouldn't be so fond of her. But we'll not get into that.
We'll tell them that. Oh god.
Not today, Mr. Darcy. So, as you're going along, you do notice that Mim the ferret is sort of hovering over Opal, the pregnant mouse who is riding in the cart, sort of like incessantly asking her questions like, how's your forehead? Ooh, does your belly feel swollen? And she sort of like yells out, yes! It's full of children! Haven't you ever... Well, are you? Are you? Can you have babies? And he goes, well, yes, I'm the female kind as well. I'm a midwife, actually. If you could, perhaps. And she goes, no. Just take me to Derry. Derry is gonna know what to do. Okay? Are we almost there? Is Lucretia in sight? And Tynan, you do see that there is what looks like it's sort of like a group of mice and a large brown mound of fuzz that is sticking out of the ground. And there's dirt being like shoved backwards. You'd say there's probably about 17 mice in this group. And some of them see you coming and begin screaming. They begin to point and run to a small tent nearby and come out with weapons.
Like, are they running at us with swords? Like,
There are not yet. They seem to be trying to gear up. Some of them have. One of them just runs like to in the distance. He does not come back.
away. He's running away.
Yeah, he's just straight up running away. The other, a few others, like you'd say maybe like 6 or 7 mice are in the tents, coming out with what looks like spears and swords. But there are 2 mice running forward. One of them you immediately recognize as Lucretia, and another as one of her bow mice. And immediately she dives for Huey, who has already broken past your marching order, and very quickly is running on all 4s towards her. They meet somewhere in the middle, and she grabs his whiskers like handlebars and like yanks his head down towards her, and is just seething with rage, saying, "Where were you? I marched for days, wondering where you were." And with a little cry, he sort of gives a little whimper, and I was like, "I'm sorry, just look up. I got grass in my face." And
Tynan's gonna like as they're talking, he's just gonna point off to his like, "Can you tell them to put down their weapons, please?"
She goes, "Oh," and like sort of like drags the weasel head away from her and goes, "Hold. It's just my boy. Just hold." And the bow mouse next to her sort of rushes up to sort of talk to them.
Is he the same? Is he the same bow mouse that fell off the tree last time?
I want to say yes.
As we walk, you can kind of like just push the arrow down and be like, "You're not supposed to be using this."
I'm not in a tree anymore. I don't. I'm not worrying about. No. And he just sort of puts it down. And the armed mice stop, and they yell out to you, guards mice, and say, "Ho there, guards mice! You've got predators behind you."
They're not that dangerous.
This man is an imbecile. That's all Brienne says.
Who are you pointing at?
This bow mouse.
Oh.
This man. Whose man's is this? Come collect. Because this man is an imbecile.
Lucretia sort of goes over, pats him on the shoulder, and says, "You can keep practicing. Go back over there. Go to Derry. Give him his
Who
bow."
gave that idiot a weapon?
And Lucretia starts to like grab her scarf and sends him away. And one of the guards sort of gets a little closer and says, "You're vouching for them, then, are you?"
He says, yes. Are you in charge now, or is it still her?
We're overseeing this criminal's operation.
Who is? I'm sorry. Is this a guard mouse, or is this just a random mouse?
This is like a Pebblebrook guard.
Oh, yeah. Tynan will walk over to him and say, "Oh, you must be the engineer corps."
You could say that, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
He sort of
Says,
tucks his sword back into its scabbard, and
well, in that case, we will be the ones that you will answer to. We're taking over. We're here to oversee now. He says,
We're your new supervisors.
So how about that?
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
oh,
How's the tunnels? The tunnels all taken care of?
surprisingly, yes. The whistle pigs. Fantastic job. I wish we had them earlier. Fantastic. We found the tunnels. We're able to scrape out the ceilings and make sure it collapses nicely. At least the ones that we know of. We've been at it, gosh, a couple days now.
Right. Well,
With the,
So are we all wrapped up here?
We're about to.
What's left to do?
We need to get that one out of the hole.
The gopher?
Yeah, it's stuck.
He's stuck.
The tunnel collapsed on top of it.
Is he hurt?
I don't think so, but we're a little scared to get too close. It's big, and it might have sat on someone. But we pulled him out, so right now we're just trying to get the gopher out. And Lucretia sort of says, "Yeah, that's Burb. He's had a good spring, we'll say."
Okay, well then.
Well, okay, let's not body shame Burb just yet. Let's maybe focus on saving his life, all right?
That's a good plan.
Some of us have had a good spring. That's okay. Just makes him better at his job, really, if you sit down and think about it. But everybody's always sitting there like, oh, do you really need a second helping? Oh, just because there's extra acorns doesn't mean you need to eat them.
Titan will put a
Why
hand
are
on
you counting?
Brienne's shoulder. And
It's
he's
not
like,
for you to count.
not the hill to die on today. No.
Ooh. But no. Do you guys want to help with getting this gopher out of this hole?
Saying, Tynan, this skinny bitch right here.
You don't have to make it personal.
I mean, at least I'm keeping it a secret between all of us.
Angry behind Brienne, like, yeah, yeah.
Just hype man.
Exactly. I don't know why I'm still angry. But yeah.
She sort of looks up at Huey and says, are you enjoying seeing me being brought down? And he says, rightly so. That was mean.
Yeah,
Herb
exactly. My man Huey.
Burb is a treasured friend.
Don't let him
Creature, you're better than this.
Don't let him
Yeah.
You're better than this. And you guys can, if you want, you can make a check to get the gopher out of the hole.
Sure. What do we,
We should try based solely on principle.
There are many skills you can use.
I don't like the way she just wrote him off when we're like, oh, he's stuck, and she's like, oh, maybe he shouldn't eat so much. You know what? Chill, fam. Poor man's is stuck helping you out.
Mm. Oh man. So what you can do, you could maybe make a survivalist check to try to jury rig something to
A pulley?
get him out.
Yeah.
You could try a laborer check to try digging the hole a little wider around his posterior.
Wait,
To
so
sort
what
of
are we
help.
looking at? Because he said that the tunnel
might,
collapsed.
work
What are-
together for rolls. Like I could do laborer to dig around if somebody else wanted to do something to help try to pull.
Yeah, I think we could sort of make this a linked test. Because Junie, you could do a laborer check to sort of widen the area around him, sort of to help get people.
Oh, so there's part of
arranged.
him hanging out?
Yeah, like his little rear end is sticking out, and his legs are splayed out behind him, and they like kick every now and then.
That's the furry bump we were mentioning when we came into town. The furry bump in the hole.
Oh.
And you see, there's another whistle pig nearby, just sort of pacing around pacing around him, very anxiously,
Okay.
making these little like.
Could we could we widen the hole and then hook up this whistle pig to the other one and maybe
I mean, we have some big weasels. Like,
pulling this
Get him
one
up.
out.
haul that dude. They're like 3 times the size of us.
It's true. It's true. And do you want to sort of oversee these efforts?
I think
Yeah.
Junie should.
Because I think if Junie wants to roll to get the hole a little bit wider, we can maybe have the Martin or Huey himself to make this check.
Yeah, because she's the only one with construction.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say
All right.
have Junie do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
I could use like I don't know if I
only have
could
a
help
2
you
in
guys
labor.
because
Yeah.
well that's more than anybody
Yeah,
else.
it's better than we have.
I could use I don't know. I could maybe use militaristic to like coordinate the efforts of everyone else that's helping
That's a-
pull or whatever.
That's really good. Yeah.
Oversee the operation. So that's
Okay.
what I could do. I don't know if I could combine that with Junie's role since it's like that's kind of part of what we're doing or
That sounds like helping dice, actually.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd get one from me.
This is gonna be obstacle 3.
Okay. On my player donation rewards, is that all right? Do I still have that many +1 dice?
Heck, yeah.
Yeah, those haven't. I've only been taking off the ones that people have been using.
Okay. Can I just take one extra +1 dice over there?
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
Okay.
And you have
So
a
it'll be-
re-roll if you need it.
Okay. So it'll be 4.
Do you want to use a trait to help yourself?
I don't know if I have any traits. I mean, aside from skinny, but I don't really know if that would really help digging.
Let's see.
I mean, I'd sneak
Skinny.
like squeeze in there to dig some extra out, but
What about compassionate?
sure. To like maybe
Do
calm him, talk to him, calm him, and relax him while he's in there, so that like as I'm digging, he like maybe stops breathing so intensively and kind of calms him a bit. So okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. All right.
I've got good bedside manner.
Oh, you're marvelous. Tynan, how do you want to help?
I have fighter, I have pathfinder, I have scout, survivalist. Not a lot of laboring.
I actually have something because I realized that the other whistle pig, the instant that Huey and Alphos and they as soon as they start approaching, he kind of goes on the offensive and starts like lunging at them to sort of almost like instinctually to keep them back.
At the weasels?
Yes. And Lucretia sort of goes up and tries to like she starts like making like gopher noises.
Angry gopher noises.
At it. And it's sort of like angrily like chortles back to her, and she just sort of like rolls her eyes and says, "It's really mad." No, he's really mad.
At what? At them or at the?
Yes, at them. He thinks it's their fault that the wolf came down and ruined everything.
Okay. Sure.
There have been some grudges.
Right.
So if you want, you can maybe try to use your hunter as helping dice to get this gopher to cooperate and let the weasels help.
Can I use my what do
because otherwise the weasels are not going to be able to get helping dice, or they're going to get bit, and they don't want to get bit.
Yeah, I mean, I figure would you accept either a hunter or lore mouse to basically give the gopher a treat, get him to calm down?
Yeah, yes, I would. you sort of like
Gopher treats.
you sort of throw it over there.
You want
Like,
this?
oh,
You want this berry?
Woo!
No, gophers. What are they? They're like worms, right?
Oh, get a grub!
Oh, those deep fried grubs.
Just pull this big like grub sausage out of my backpack and be like, who wants it? Who wants it? Throw it over his head.
It tries to catch it, but it just falls backwards. Judy, you have helping dice from everybody. You have one helping dice from the weasels. And Quinn. How does Quinn want to help?
I think I'm at 6 already. Quinn doesn't want to.
You've got a lot. This is a versus test against the whistle pigs. The whistle pig's nature. So Quinn is going to help with scientist. He's like, I've busted butts out of holes before. We'll get this done.
Okay.
He's like drawing like angles in the dirt.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very short synopsis of what Quinn would say. But he's helping.
No one
That's
can.
7 dice. So it's 2 base. 1 with bronzes helping. 1 with the weasels helping. 1 with the +1. 1 with Askren and 1 with Quinn.
Marvelous.
Right?
I think it sounds right. Yeah. It's going to be rolling 5 dice.
5. Okay.
So Huey and the larger Martin sort of take 1 leg each, and on your cue they pull.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
Oh
3.
no!
3.
We tied. So here's what you can do.
Mhm.
You can burn a fate point and re-roll that 6 if you want, or you could break it in my favor and get 2 checks for the player's turn. There it is.
Bless ya. I'll burn a fate point. I just want to reroll it.
Save him.
All right.
You just leave him in the hole.
Wow. Okay. Well, never mind. That's fine.
That
That's
means we
fine.
have to roll again.
The whole
But-
thing?
But you have to roll your health now,
Oh, gosh.
and you get no helping dice.
My health is at 6, so is it just rolling 66?
I guess so.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
oh no!
3 and 3.
Oh!
3 and 3. That's bad. Let me see. What you could do. Oh! Okay, so unfortunately, you tied again.
Mhm.
So here's what happens. You could use one of your wises to re-roll some dice. I think you actually have a re-roll in your donation rewards as well.
I think so too, but I didn't know if that would apply here or not. I'm not really familiar with.
Mhm.
It's been on my set for a minute, but is it? I think it's just
if
one.
you
dice.
if you have a wise here, you can use a point to reroll. Oh, did she already do that?
I was gonna say you could. She didn't.
Okay,
Just burned a regular fate point.
fair enough.
But you can use your donated re-roll if you want.
Can I? But I think it's just one dice reroll instead of the whole
Yes.
pot. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll try to reroll maybe the one, obviously, but and then the wises. I don't think I really have anything like Legends of Guard wise. Like
Here's the great thing about Legends of Guardwise. If you can tell me a story about a similar situation, the full story. I want the guard mouse's name, and I want to know how they solved a problem just like this. And I want you to name the story. If you can do that for me, I'll let you re-roll with a fate point for one dice or a persona point for all the failed dice.
okay. So there was
No
this one.
pressure.
There was this one guard mouse named Tyler Bobo, and he heard secrets about these special mushrooms called truffles. Okay, he was one of those like guard mouse that got easily distracted, like kind of ran off a little bit to get like little herbs and mushrooms and grubs all around all the time. But he heard about truffles, and he was like, I think I've heard one time that certain creatures, maybe even pigs, dig for truffles, and I'm gonna go on my downtime in my guard time to go dig for truffles. They didn't hear from him for like 3 hours, and they knew it was his nap time. So a whole guard gets together, goes out there, finds Tyler Bobo all the way waist deep, little legs sticking out, squiggling, because he didn't know he can't dig that deep. He's just a little mouse. But he thought he smelled what he thought was a deliciously ripe truffle mushroom. So all of them had to get together. They had to take one rope tied around both of his legs, tie the other one about two guard mouse because Tyler Bobo was stuck in there. They had to go around a tree, use a tree as an anchor, like a freaking mouse winch. Okay, pull super hard, digging deep, push it against stones, using tiny twigs shaped down like planks, like you would like a campfire, and put it underneath Tyler Bobo and slide him out. And then one time, they were like, let's just go. We're going to get some grease. We had some grease left over from the cook fire last night. We're just going to grease him up. It's going to be fine. Just like a kid with his head stuck between railing. It's fine. We're going to get some grease. We're going to grease him up in the sides. Grease him all around the belly. Right on out. Right on out of that hole. Right back to guard duty. He wasn't, he wasn't like a guard. He just liked mushrooms. So. I'm sorry.
I feel like everybody is tugging and pulling while she's telling this story. She's just standing on the gopher's like butt as she's just recounting this tale.
Tyler can get out of that hole. You can get it out of the hole. It's fine.
Okay. So Brienne, with a final heave ho, that you direct to everyone, do you want to spend a persona point to reroll all those failures, or do you just want to reroll one? With a fate point.
Just do one.
Just one? Okay.
I'm gonna
I mean, one's all you need.
You live dangerously.
Here we go.
Well,
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys. My story's not good enough.
Didn't
Tyler.
reroll all of them.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta lose, Sometimes you gotta lose.
The tragic thing about this
Don't kill
is
him,
that
please.
is that you forgot what happened at the end of the story.
I did forget.
He never got
At the
out of the hole.
end, at the end of the story, it turned out the hole he fell into was a snake hole.
Oh no! God. Yep, Tyler.
And
That's why he's written in legends, because he didn't exist.
and with a heave ho, the gopher comes out of the hole, and with a furious hiss, a snake follows. Just
Christ.
absolutely, just agitated to just it's awful. Because immediately it rears up and
Snake charming
and
trait.
yes, and it tries to snap at you. It's conflict time.
Titan's like, put it back in! Put it back in!
Put it back in! Stuff it back in!
Oh,
Oh, conflict time!
I love
Yay!
it. Tyler, I told
Wait,
you
God
Wait.
damn it, Bobby.
I said that I wanted to fight a snake one day,
It's true.
and now we're
So
gonna
this
fight
is
a
your fault.
Hashtag
Oh.
not like this.
No, wait, no.
Hashtag-
Oh boy.
Guys, we don't
Not
have to... Oh, that's not... No, I was gonna say we don't have to worry about a snake, but... Because we have weasels, but I'm like, oh wait, that's mongoose. We don't have a mongoose.
No, this is not that type of country. We don't got no mongooses here.
All
Don't
right.
take them with their cat brown hair. Mm-mm.
Grandma, it's a snake! Get the shotgun!
Looks like we're having ourselves barbecue tonight. Mm-hmm.
That's some good food right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing like a cookout with some good old steak on the grill.
Well, I rolled absolute shit.
What is this for?
This is a conflict. The snake rolled his disposition, and it was a total of 8.
That's not shit. Well, I mean,
Are you sure?
Could have been worse, but all right. So we have to get in fight back mode. So who has the highest? It's health, correct? That they roll, or
It is health.
or
Health is
fighter?
going to be the base, and then you can use fighter or hunter.
That's right. I have 3 fighter, but I'm pretty sure Brienne has higher than me, correct?
I think so, yeah. Mine is... Should be near the top, right? 4.
4. What's your health?
Mhm.
You're healthy. You got.
My health is 6.
Oh yeah, you're doing that roll.
Okay.
This thing is nasty.
All right. So you roll that, and then you get helping dice if we have fighter or hunter. 4.
Yes, that's true. Fighter or hunter. These are the skills.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know about Quinn. I'm gonna open his sheet now to check.
He'll be giving you guys helping dice because he
has-
does have fighter.
He has fighter, as do I. I have both fighter and hunter. So
Okay.
I don't have either. So, sorry.
all right. So
That's right, Ozai 75. The Martin would annihilate that snake, but a gopher just fell on top of him, and it had a good spring. So we're gonna be down a Martin.
No.
Okay.
All right.
So just remind me how to do this. I roll dice and I add it to my health, right?
Yeah.
That's-
So
Indeed, the successes.
you're gonna be rolling. You have
4 for fighter.
So you're gonna be rolling 6 dice.
Okay, so 6 dice and then I'm adding it to 6, right?
Yes,
rolling well.
the Cresia is going to help you as well.
Oh, okay, so I'm rolling 7 dice.
Okay.
You will.
Does she also get traits or wises here?
You could do either or. If you want to use Trapwise or one of your traits to help you as well, you totally can.
I could use fiery.
Totally.
Take down this snake. Bring the thunder.
Okay, so
You hear Duncan in the background. Don't let that snake show you who's the real predator around here. It's me, but I'm busy. He's dug up some acorns and he's munching on them. He's cheering you on though, Brienne. He's cheering you on.
God damn it, Duncan. Oh my god! How, Sway?
You rolled better than the snake did.
One better. We're at 9. They're at 8.
That's not even 3 successes. That's 1. I don't know how it counted as.
No, it isn't.
Oh wait.
What?
No, it's
Oh.
right. Oh, you didn't.
No. Oh,
So.
oh no.
That's true. It's true.
How?
It's true.
That I rolled fucking. How? Look at all those ones.
That is so sad. I'm so sorry.
8
The fuck
dice
just
and I
happened?
only got 1. That's insane.
All right. Well, I've got my cards made, and I have a goal. The goal is punish all those who ruined my snake burrow.
So our disposition is 7, correct?
Looks like it. Snakes is 8.
All right. Let me turn on the thing here, as we're gonna have to. Whoop, there we go. We're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna do this. So who wants to go first? Who wants to dive on this snake grenade first?
I guess I will. I've already gotten all my bad rolls out of the way. Right? Nope, I just jinxed myself.
It's just like a sneeze.
Back into your deck, because I only have 2 cards in my deck.
There are some on the right that you can just grab if you want.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, they're
deal
all-
them to yourself.
You can deal them to your portrait,
If
or
you right click and you can right click the card and hit take card, and it'll put it in your deck.
okay. I was gonna say because it's like I only have 2. I can only feign or defend.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So,
right.
who wants to do that thing first?
I'll go first.
Okay. I can follow up if you want. Let me think what I want to do here.
Oh, that's right, BB Phantom. I was supposed to let them write goals for this session.
Yeah, we have. I assume we were gonna get around to that because we hadn't really been presented with a major challenge.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of the current situation, which has been sort of brought on by very quick sessions, and also just because of the nature of the current campaign.
All right.
What do you guys want out of this conflict, by the way?
That we should to not get snaked.
To punch the snake in the throat.
And to make sure the gopher is alive in the end too, or the whistle pig is alive in the end too.
But
All right.
also to punch the snake in the throat.
All right, this is a pine snake.
I agree with anything that Bron says because now she's disappointed in me because I didn't reroll all my dice.
No, I'm not disappointed. I just rolled 8 dice and only got 1 success. I actually admire your optimism. I would have re-rolled them all because I know I'm not gonna get it. You know, like oh, I only need 1 success. I better roll 7 dice.
She
Like,
was so confident too.
yeah, because I just
He
know.
wasn't confident. He was just kind of like, well, let's just see how this goes.
Yeah, like, I just knew. I was like, yeah, this is it for me. Like,
All right.
20 dice. Oh,
Leslie,
then
you
you
still
take
need to
that.
put a card down.
I put mine down.
I said Leslie.
Oh. Listen, I don't know what's happening to me right now. I've been sneezing all day.
What do you think you want to do on when your turn comes around, Junie?
I mean, I'm closest, so okay, I think I know. Let's do this. And pray.
All right,
I've never seen a snake.
Mr. Askren, whenever you're ready. Or no, Brienne, you're going first, right?
She's up first.
Yeah. I am.
All right.
Okay.
What action are you playing?
I'm going. Oh damn! Attack.
All right, that's a versus test.
Ooh,
Mhm.
the snake is maneuvering. That's new.
Yes, indeed. So you are being helped by Lucrezia. Unfortunately, Huey and Martin are going to be busy until the next volley.
Okay.
So you're getting 1 helping dice from them. You're also getting 2 helping dice from your fellow guards mice.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to burn on this?
So it's just my what fighter?
Indeed,
That's 7 dice.
it is also rolling 7.
Oh,
Do you have any +1s?
Actually, it's roll an 8 because it has a weapon called Bite, which gives it a +1d to
I
maneuver.
got a bite too.
Oh wait, it's a coils. I'm sorry. That'd be awful weird if it was using Bite to maneuver. It's coils.
Okay.
Okay. What is your weapon? A sword?
I have a flail.
Flail.
Yeah.
Right.
We haven't fought in a while.
No, I have an acorn shield, and I have just like a legit steel flail.
Yeah, I remembered we homebrewed that. Do you remember what special effects?
Yeah, it's not an attack. It's +1d to defense and +1 to feint as well.
That's right. +1 to feint.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
let's see.
Whenever you're ready, I'll roll. Okay.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. So it is maneuvering. Got a total of 2 successes.
Oh, I like my odds there. I have 7 dice.
You're rubbing off on me.
I was gonna see if trapwise could fit into it because I'm attacking. I don't think it does.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a trap.
I was more thinking, okay, so from my perspective, the reason I went first is I'm assuming like Brienne sees this snake come out of this hole and her gut instinct is to charge in and like handle it. So I don't know if this is a stretch, but I was wondering, because I use a flail, if I could use my fat to get some extra momentum, because I have the trait fat, just like some extra speed to get some,
Oh yeah.
sense.
I can make that a narrative in this fight.
Okay, because I just feel
You're
like
You're gonna show them that they should never shame the gopher like they did.
All right, so that way I don't even have to actually change anything. I can do the exact same roll I did last time.
Ooh.
Well, I'm happy.
3 successes.
I'm happy
Nice.
I had that extra die because my rolls are trash.
Still, though, you were able to do 1 damage, and the snake is unable to get any foothold to give itself some extra points for the next round. So, Brienne, you brandish your flail the instant this snake bursts from the tunnel that has collapsed, and it begins to circle and immediately coil up around whatever mice it can, just fierce and absolutely pissed off. You brandishing your flail. How do you attack it?
I'm gonna say that I rush forward and immediately just like kind of get some momentum going on the flail and just do a nice little round, little like, do a little 360 and whop it. But because I put all my weight into it and all my speed into it, I only clip it instead of making full connection like I did with that weasel in the tunnel.
Still, though, you see its scales burst in a scarlet red after that attack. A glancing blow, but still a blow all the same. Second card.
I feel like it is going to attack, so I am going to defend. Oh fuck! That's
Nope.
no, it does nothing.
Yeah, you do nothing. This thing goes all out. 3 successes, so you guys take an immediate 3 damage to your disposition. Tynan, how do you try to defend your fellows?
Well, Tynan probably has his sword, and so he's got there's Opal, the pregnant mouse. There's the footless weasel, and there's also the the little bandit girl Lucretia. So Tynan will kind of probably draw his sword, and like as the snake is kind of like, as I'm assuming as Brienne like clips it, it's probably like going across the ground straight towards them. So he'll probably like just put his sword down in the dirt to try and like stop it, right? Like, to try and get in its way. But apparently it just around it.
No, its coils immediately whip out faster than you can imagine away from your sword and between several of the mice as it just sort of slaps you, sort of using its large weight to push and roll over all of the mice that Lucretia is trying to direct, she's shouting, she's screaming, "Get around its flank! Get around its flank! Watch the head!" Trying to get like a bow or something, as it is just making decimation of all of you. Junie.
All right, ready?
Ready.
I'm ready.
I attack.
Attack!
Oh!
All right.
Okay.
So, here's what we're gonna have to do.
I have no fighter.
You have no fighter. What's your health? 6.
6.
All right. So it'll be halved. That'll mean you're rolling 3 dice plus your 2 friends, Lucretia.
Okay.
And what's your weapon?
It's a staff.
Staff. I don't think staffs
It's
give
for
you much.
defense and feign, I think. Or just
Exactly. And maneuver, I think, as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're just rolling a total of 6 dice, unless you want to use one of your traits to help you. Because this is an attack, so there's no defending against this.
I'm going to use skinny, and let me tell you why, okay? So, first off, Junie is still pissed off. She's been pissed off for like 3 days. She's been digging in this dirt. She's covered in dirt. She failed to get the freaking, like, whistle pig out. She's not having a good time. She's trying to tell a good story. Nobody likes her story. Like, it's a rough time for her right now. And she sees the snake get distracted by Brienne. And she is done. She is triggered. So she is sunken back against the wall to make sure the snake goes all the way out, using skinny to make sure it slides right by without her knowing that she's there. And then as soon as it's out, right at the end, the sensitive part of the snake, the tail, she takes her staff, full swing, and just whap right on the end of it.
Okay.
Not what it's meant for. Not even what it's meant for. She's just so angry. She's just like, I'm flailing. I don't even care.
All right. Do you what's your nature?
Not very good. I don't think. Hang on. Oh wait, it is.
I think it was 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Do you want to spend a persona point and tap your nature to this roll?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. It will be reduced by 1.
Yeah.
But that's 6 dice that you're getting, so you'd be rolling 12 dice. And
Real
the snake
angry.
cannot defend against any of that.
All right.
Do you want to use any persona points to add more dice?
No, this is good. Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. This is direct damage.
Junie
Oh,
is gonna
no!
carry us for the win. Wait, what? Did I jinx it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's not good.
I rolled right before that. Just
Okay, this is... No. This is fine. Okay. So unfortunately, the snake got 5 successes, which means it takes you guys out. The snake has 7 disposition. Junie, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 successes. Okay. So
Did we just
Kill
fuck
each
each
other.
other? Did we just
We
fuck each
fall
other
on
up?
we fall on our swords in classic samurai fashion.
Just by accident, completely.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's not a
Oh,
good
yeah.
scene.
that's exactly what happened. So here's how the scene goes down. Junie, you are pressed against the wall. The dirt tunnel is humid, probably from the close proximity of the snake, as well as that whistle pig in its panicked frenzy, unable to get out, but is out now, and so is the snake. You're waiting there, and the past few days just boil up inside your tired arms, and you just explode. Ah! Tender paw rage as you begin to beat the snake's tail, your staff cracking. Does that stop you? No.
I don't know. Not at all.
Nope. And
What's that Michael Douglas movie where it's like he like breaks down the whole day and goes on like a rampage? That's Junie right now.
Falling down.
okay, yeah.
Just beating the snake into unconsciousness. It's like...
Damn.
Junie, it's dead. Stop.
She's like,
Junie!
"Ah!"
Oh my god.
Like smothers snake.
Brienne,
She
All
gets
right.
on top of it like a Tusken Raider, like, ah!
Junie, stop. It's dead.
She don't care. Mm-mm.
I admire your savagery, but still, you're getting guts everywhere.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
My staff.
So here's the trick. Everybody is gonna be injured. Injured and tired because you were knocked out.
So I'm 3 now? Fuck off.
Yeah.
You're like on death's door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to mark that for Quinn.
Oh, wait, so we're all tired?
But injured and tired.
Oh, injured.
The snake. It's a very tragic bout. It's over faster than you imagine. Particularly because the Lucretia finally gets some of her mice to get some bows out, and they start peppering it with their arrows. As Junie, as it flails about, you sort of like dive as it tries to slither away, and just relentless. Tynan, you're on your back. Your ears are ringing. The snake has been lashing out, snapping. You get a bite somewhere on your flank. Brienne, I think you're mostly just sore. So I think you probably pulled something in one of your tendons that just like it's nasty. But not only that, like the scrap is deadly. But at the end of the day, I really want to say the snake is dead, because as soon as the weasels get out of the whistle pig, they draw their scimitars and hack it at any part that's not that is not already beaten to a pulp. And you see everybody is sort of startled. They're thankfully there are no dead mice, but several mice are injured. Some were smothered and crushed underneath it. There are a few mice that probably have a couple broken limbs, possibly. I'm going to say that is the result of this conflict.
Okay.
And that is where we enter the player's turn.
That could have been
What do you do?
Aside from kind of like sit down on the ground, like he's just sitting with his sword, and he's just kind of like looking, like casting a glance at Junie, like who's now probably like covered in snake blood. He's just
terrifying.
Like he doesn't even have like there's no like you don't really congratulate someone after that. That's not really.
I want to go to the whistle pig and go, you did good, pig.
Oh God. Is everyone all right? Are we alive? And he's doing this. He's like literally clutching like a bleeding wound in his lower leg, like in his leg.
Yeah. Mim sort of comes out. She's bowed down, startled by all this, and begins to move towards some of the injured mice, sort of trying to like soothe them with some like shh, 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 shh. And almost immediately, some of the Pebblebrook mice draw their blades and go, back! Get back! Don't touch him! And very quickly try to like intercede, and Mim just sort of like bounces back with fright, say, "I'm only trying to help. You're injured. I can help." And they're having none of it.
Okay. Can Ginny step forward and use her player's turn to roll a healer check to try to heal people?
Yes.
And then can I recruit Mim as part of an effort to be like, look, like she's actually here to help? Can I?
Yes, and Mim will help you because you are a part of the Guards Mice. They will trust you. You've not dealt with these types of wounds before, but Mim will sort of coach you.
Okay.
Oddly enough.
Okay.
Okay, so this is going to be a healer check.
Okay.
I'm going to make it obstacle 4 because you're doing more than one mouse.
Okay.
This is none of your compatriots, by the way.
So I've got 4 base, and if Mim's helping, that's a 1 dice. Yeah.
Yep. Quinn will also help with scientist.
Okay. So it's
Saying
6.
I've seen some books like this. I don't know. I can't do a Quinn voice.
You're doing a healer check.
Mm-hmm.
I do have healer,
Okay.
so you can get
So
a
it's
helper
7.
there. I can also cook food.
Save that for your turn, your player turn, so you can make people not as angry with good
What about
food.
you, Brienne? Can you help?
To help on a healer check?
Yeah. You guys cook or brewer?
I do have brewer, yeah.
Do you know anything that you can brew that would help people with some painful injuries?
Like booze. And I also know some good recipes, like, for some herbs sitting around. Take some of those, boil them down, make brownies out of them. It's a pretty good job of...
Duncan's been digging for those.
Duncan's been digging for pot? Duncan!
Oh, man. I gotta occupy my time somehow.
So you're just going around collecting cannabis?
If a hedgehog could shrug. If a hedgehog could shrug.
In this situation, it's useful. I can brew maybe some tea, a nice.
It could be like something that would help relax them if I'm having to like set injuries or something like that.
Which you will.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually good because Mim's paws are a little big for setting the stuff that you're going to be doing.
Okay, so I think that's with everybody. It's 8.
8. Right. You just need 4 successes.
Okay.
You got this.
It's a 4.
Okay, you're good. Okay.
I know. I was like,
I was scared for a moment. Okay, so you, along with this ferret's a little unsettling to be behind you. One, because its red eyes are just inquisitive. It's very curious about these mouse bodies and these particular injuries. It's a new challenge that it's not used to. And it sort of looks down at you, says, "You seem rather adept at this. Where did you learn?"
I mean, I'm from Spruce Talk. I spent most of my younger life studying in libraries about medicine and ways to use brewing to help medicine and stuff like that. But I mean, our bodies aren't that different. It's just you're bigger than us. So.
Well, I suppose so. It's such a pleasure to see an open mind to help me understand. Let's see now.
Just don't press too close to the mice. They might not be too keen, but any sort of.
You notice that that Mim is sort of bowed over you, almost at this really wrong angle. It's just unsettling. Mm-hmm. But she seems eager enough, and with Quinn and the rest of your patrol mates' help, you go about helping some of these injured mice. You do notice, however, that Fank is arguing with Huey in the distance.
Okay. Does this heal me and my team of injuries? Is this enough of this?
Unfortunately not. You would have to do another check for that. Okay. This is just for the mice that were injured. There's a lot of them. Bandits and Pebblebrook mice alike.
Okay, that's fine.
But this gains a lot of trust between the two parties.
Okay. So I'm gonna mute because she's gonna be.
So sweet.
All right.
Well, we have 2 more checks. What do you guys want to do?
I think I'm going to. We're all tired, right?
And injured.
Yeah.
And injured.
Oh, I didn't even get to use a skill that time, man.
I think I'm going to try to brew coffee.
I will allow this.
Okay.
So I think this is probably going to be like maybe I'll say obstacle 3.
Okay.
Obstacle 3 because in cook I'm sort of using brewer the same way as cook for this instance. If you're brewing for like a group of mice, it should be obstacle 3 for your patrol.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to brew us all up some coffee and try to get the pep back in our step since we're all tired. Yeah, maybe Duncan managed to find some
I was about to say
nice
Duncan.
those unroasted green coffee beans. Those have like crap tons of caffeine in them. So yeah, maybe I'll try.
Now he sort of doesn't like what you're doing because he usually just likes to snap them open with his teeth and just like suck on them for a while. But
Yeah, that's why he gets all froggy.
Wait,
So
do you have actual coffee beans? Like just a big old bean?
I mean,
You just like roast or like brews one bean.
That's it. It's just one
Yeah.
bean. You just gotta
Yeah.
crack it open.
you never guessed that the territories was actually in several hundred years was going to be an Arabica coffee groundhouse plantation.
Thunderbucks.
I love it.
So I have 2 brewer.
I can help you with brewing.
Okay. That gives me 3.
I'm not so good there.
Would your cooking help?
I have cooking. That's about it. Yeah.
You also have survivalist, don't you? Maybe you could look around for anything to add to the mixture.
That's true.
Like a
Quinn
nice
will
liquid
help.
Cocaine.
Let's just pour a little nondescript white powder in the blend. Just keep
Everybody's whiskers have like dust on them.
Oh my god. I have 5.
5.
Cutting it a little close for 3, knowing my luck. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my dice from the player donations.
That's pretty nice.
All right, that'll put me at 6. All I can do is hope that that's enough.
Sometimes hope's all you got.
Delete that.
Hey!
And sometimes hope is all you need. Look at that.
Yeah, finally.
Ah.
3 6s and a 5. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. And this is a lovely opportunity for you to hand out several glasses of this enriched bean water.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what we should call it. Bean water.
that's what the mice call it in the territory.
Yeah. I mean, coffee's not a word.
Substance.
It's
Yeah.
Aquafina.
Wow. Wow. Let's see.
Oh. Oh. It hurts.
Boy. Oh boy.
I like bean water.
Well, Leslie is officially a dad.
When was I not a dad? I'm the soldier.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Your kitty is so cute.
She's
Astrid,
Yeah.
you have one check.
Did she just get rid of her tired, or everyone's tired?
Everybody's tired.
Oh, you're the
Or everybody's
best.
no longer
Speaking of,
tired.
get rid of your conditions. Or your tired condition.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you want to? Because did you make enough for everybody, including the weasels?
Yeah, big old bat.
Okay.
Yeah, bean water
Alrighty.
for everyone.
Nicely.
Bean water.
Can I make some healing checks to oversee and help patching up everyone?
If you want to do everyone,
Mostly our party, but I'll focus on our group and maybe the maybe some of our weasels.
Now here's the thing. Juniper actually did the check for everyone but the party. If you want to do one for everyone in the party, Usually I can't do that.
Well,
but
then if she did everyone outside of our group, then
Yeah.
I can help and do our group.
All right, I'm going to increase the obstacle by 2 because there's 4 mice injured. So it would be obstacle 5.
But you're getting a lot of help. You get help from me. You definitely get help from Quinn too.
Because in order to treat these mice, it's 4 mice, 4 hardworking patrol mice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So I get my healer's not great to start.
You could always tap your nature.
Well, I was thinking of doing that like on top of my check. That's why I'm just trying to do the math. I get 1, I get 2 there, and then if I tap that, that would be 4.
You would get Mim's help as well.
Okay, so it would be like 9 dice over 5.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And if you can, what's your wise? Oh wait, your wise won't help.
Tunnel and wolf wise.
Nope.
Yeah, not a lot.
You just gotta
here.
pray. You can maybe no. I got nothing. Is there a trait?
Wolf snout and rational. I'll do the nature thing because I don't want us walking around injured, and I assume we're gonna have to go back to town right away, and I don't want us to look horrible when we do. So I'll spend the nature point, and I'll try and patch up everyone's wounds. So that's going to be my healer plus Leslie, Quinn, and Junie, Quinn, and Mim. Does Brienne help at all, or does she not have that? Not have a helper here.
She can. You could do Brewer again.
Sure, why not? I'm just brewing up a storm.
Quinn with scientist because I keep forgetting about him.
Okay. So that's that, and then I tap my nature, which requires a persona point or a fate point. Fate point.
Persona.
Persona. Persona. There we go. Okay, 1 down there. So that's going to be 6, and then I'm gonna tap and add 4 to that. So that's a 10 dice total.
Damn, son.
I don't like failing.
You gotta fail to learn.
I know, but well, not this one. Not necessarily this one. I'm alright on. Okay, let's try it. I need some successes here anyway. That's gonna be 10d6 over 4 for healer. Jesus shit! What the fuck?
Now you do have a 6.
I know.
If you can explode it twice, or one more time.
That's not gonna happen.
Are you sure? You have lots of fate points.
I know.
Do you have a reroll?
Let me check. I haven't checked the rewards in a while. I have 1 die and 1 reroll there. I'll use one of my fate points because I'm never gonna use them off my sheet anyway. So
fate points are plenty.
Yeah, I'll use one of those. We'll try and reroll the 6. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up with a failure here, and no one's getting healed.
No.
Here we go, guys. Pray for rain. Nope. I suck.
Not even a success.
That's a failure, and my nature goes down again.
It does go down.
Do you have any nature left?
I have 3.
Oh no! Oh no! You use your nature for this, right?
Yeah.
It might get taxed.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, that's right. If you act against your nature, the rolls fail the rating. The rating is reduced by the margin of failure.
What?
So it actually gets taxed by not just 1, but 2.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm at 2. I'll live.
Okay. All right.
What happens if your nature falls to 0?
You die.
Then your maximum nature goes down by 1. If your maximum nature goes all the way down to 0, it means you unfortunately go a little. You kind of get like
Crazy and go off in the woods.
I think you get like a version of PTSD. You just cannot function as a guard mouse. Like you have to leave the whole season, I think.
How many passes? And
your character, at least.
How many passes and failures do you need to increase your nature?
Same as a skill. Or you could do prologues.
So it well, the total nature, I mean.
Total nature. Oh.
Can you level your total
skill?
nature? So
yeah, you can level everything just like a skill.
So if my total nature is 5, I'd need 4 failures and then 5 successes on that.
Yes, you would. But it would just increase the current nature rating, not the maximum.
That's what I'm saying. How do you raise your maximum?
You would have to keep it at maximum, and then you would have to test it enough to raise it. If it gets raised to 7, your mouse becomes too human-like, and they sort of go against. Oh wait, they become too mouse-like, and so they become. That's when they go a little bat crazy.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Fair enough. Well, I am. I don't know if anyone gets healed. I don't even know what I'm doing today.
No one gets healed. And actually, here's what is going to happen. You notice that Huey's argument with Fank is growing louder, and eventually he sort of roars out to Mim. Huey does just a very loud, "Mim, what are you doing? Get over here quick, there's something wrong." And she quickly darts over, leaving you, unfortunately, to tend to these mice by yourself. And you're bleeding yourself, so you're doing a horrible job with it. Let me help you, blip, blip, blip. And Mim sort of leans over Fank, inspecting his wound, his missing leg. And she starts inspecting it, sort of looking over the bandages that have been put on it, more like scrap cloth. And she hisses in distaste as the smell of a festering wound sort of rises to your senses, to all of your nostrils. And Huey sort of puts a paw on the bridge of his muzzle and sort of turns his back and starts to step away. You see that he sort of grabs the shayla, the fabric that is sort of wrapped around his head, and just sort of rips it off. And you see Lucretia run up to him and just sort of try to console him as best she can, putting a paw on his furry fang, sort of tugging the fur, like, "Hi, are you all right? Are you all right, big guy?" And he looks down, and he clearly beside himself as you hear Thank begin to groan out and mumble things that don't make sense to you. They seem to be in a different language.
Tyning's gonna kind of step over. He says, "Is everything all right?"
Who do you ask?
It's Fank and Rampal Jr., right?
Yep, and Mim. Mim is also there, as well as Lucretia.
He's gonna. Mim was the one who was helping us, right? I forget which one he was. He was the.
Yeah, Mim. Was the ferret that was helping with all the healer checks. She declares herself to be a midwife. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he'll probably ask her because he was just working near her a second ago.
Mm.
And he'll probably step over, like, "Look, is everything all right?"
And she sort of looks down at you with these red, sad eyes, pulling her hood back, and shakes her head and points to the missing leg and says, "The trouble is not done. It's not done good healing work. I could bleed it. but it has gone wrong. I do not know if I can staunch this poison. It's not literal poison. It's just like it's a coined term. It is infected.
Anonymous dispensation.
She leans into you, Tynan, and says, "This is a royal guard. He abandoned everything for Rampal's son. This is a heavy loss for Lord Huey, I'm afraid. If ever there was anyone who could bring him back home, it was this weasel here."
So I just because I had something else took my attention for a second. The mouse that I told them to watch, he's basically having an argument with Rampal right now.
No. Wait, which mouse?
The one that was giving us attitude before.
The one who was whispering in
The one.
ear. Which I
No.
think is the one that's.
Ooh, you're really quiet, Leslie.
Sorry.
Say that again.
Isn't Faint the one that's missing the leg? The one that was whispering in Rampal's?
Fank
Yeah,
is the footless. Alphos is the one who was not happy with the situation.
Alphos is the Martin. He is sort of just observing this from a long ways away, standing on his hind legs, just very curious on what's happening.
So it's Fank that's having the issue right now.
Yes.
Fank's footless is now an infection.
Oh, okay. I thought they were, he'll kind of look at Mim. He says, "What should we do? I mean, I don't know much about weasels or ferrets or any of these people, other than the war stories."
That is why I am here. I am Lord Huey's last servant. To my dismay, I am a midwife. I do not specialize in such things. I could, as I said, bleed it. I could try to excise the rotten. And you notice her fangs sort of clack together uncertainly, and she says, "That will be very painful.
Right.
And worse, it might not work."
Tynan will kind of look around. He says, we're patrol mice here. We have no formal medical training. Wounds and herbs, maybe, but nothing as surgical as this.
Yes, this is the worst place to do it, out in the open. Daylight makes us stand out very nicely for any who would wish to take him.
How long do you think he'll have before this gets worse?
Well, if we leave it like this, he could perhaps survive in delirium for 2 days. If I operate and I do not succeed, it will probably be closer to less than an afternoon.
Right. Tynan will quickly kind of turn away and walk over to one of the probably injured but recovering Pebblebrook mice, and I'll say, "Friends, from locals, we have a bit of an issue. Are there any skilled medical practitioners in Pebblebrook?"
They look around, and the mouse who spoke to you earlier, who I unfortunately did not tell you his name. His name is William, and he sort of nods and says, "Yes, we have a surgeon. I doubt they'd be willing to operate on a weasel."
Ferret.
That's what this whole mission was about. Keeping weasels out of Pebblebrook.
Right. I understand the sentiment. The problem is, we have a companion. He's someone who is not... someone who fought alongside us and is in dire need. Tynan will kind of nod and he'll turn back to the rest of the group. He says, I don't know about the whole troop, but perhaps with our task that we promised to the governess complete, we can bargain that for medical treatment for our footless companion here. Or we can do nothing.
He looks back to the rest of his crew, and he gives you a shrug, and he says, I can't say what the governess wants. There's a massive Pebblebrook. I can speak for all of us. We don't want his kind inside our walls. Better a dead weasel. He is rigid on this.
I say we force them to by threat of bodily harm.
Well, we can't force this guy to do anything. This guy's just
This guy is just ahead of this crew to excavate the tunnels.
Yeah.
But because you're out of players' turn checks, you cannot roll for this.
Don't you think the
But-
person didn't say anything at this point?
But Lucretia, who
Oh, right. By the way, I totally
But-
I totally spaced because we were in the middle of roleplay. BP Phantom, he donated $40 and he says, "What's that over there behind the thistle?" He says, "Recovery for everyone."
Aw.
Aww.
that's right.
So we all get recovery now? Wait, we all get not injured?
That means I believe you can all get rid of one condition.
That's
Okay.
true.
Sweet.
You all can get rid of your injured.
Can I get rid of angry instead of injured?
Totally.
Okay. So it's not
Is
really
that just
like,
on
like-
principle? Are you just tired
Just
of it?
yeah.
I'm tired of like trying to be an angry person.
Here you go. Here you go, buddy. So
doing
as
so
all of
well.
you, here's what I think is going to happen. Lucretia, she lets out like a meow. She
You were the cat.
like watch, wait.
mhm.
Well, usually every time I look at her, she'll meow.
That's so
Oh.
cute.
So adorable.
I thought it. See, when you said watch, you kind of looked at her and she like tilted her head down like you were having a stare off. And I was like,
she's so needy for like attention and loving and nap space right now that anytime I look at her, she'll go. Meow. Meow.
that is so precious. But to close the session out, Huey his long body just sort of bows down, his head in his hands. Lucretia sort of trying to speak up to him in like hushed tones until she hears this conversation between you, Tynan, and the guard, and she whirls around and stomps over and pushes him, just sort of pushes him back and says, well, I'm glad to see that Pebblebrook has a heart for its own. I guess I'll have to go in myself. After all, this was to clear my name. My whistle pigs have made sure that no weasels are gonna come up and harm you in the middle of the night. We'll just bring them in the break of day instead.
Tynan will kind of literally like grab her shoulder and just like pull her back a little bit. He says, "Not helping."
Oh, I'm helping. We're gonna save them. Because if they forget, my mother is the governor.
Right. And we don't really need to make a power play with her. She already owes us gratitude for accomplishing this task that the Mouse Guard, that we took on in the name of the Guard. We have seen the tunnels done. we've seen her daughter returned. This is favor. And so my only sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, does Pebblebrook have a jail?
It probably does.
Yeah.
What if we volunteer
Very
that
likely.
space up for the weasels? Like, okay, keep them locked up.
That's a good idea.
I mean, if they'll agree to it, we don't necessarily need to even bring the rest of them into town. We can just bring the one.
Mhm.
He's
I mean, essentially, it's like a 24-hour proof that, like, within that time, there's no harm shown.
He's a footless, delirious, dying weasel. As you tie him to a stretcher, he won't go anywhere.
Old too.
Yeah.
He's old.
Tynan will turn to Huey and he says, "Will you and your companions agree to this bargain?"
He looks up. He's practically blubbering, and he sort of just gives you this like very like fast nod.
He says, "Good. We will do our best to bring him into town. Use whatever favor we can curry to get him operated on as soon as possible, and then if he's treated successfully, we will have him returned."
All right, and you only hear like a sobbing thanks from Huey, and Lucretia once again goes towards him to sort of console him as best she can, and they share this gaze, to which he sort of says to her, "We've lost everything." And she sort of grabs his whiskers again, pulls him down to her level, and she says, "Not me." Just sort of like strokes under his eyes along the bridge of his muzzle, sort of like tugs his whiskers again and says, "You be brave for me, okay?" Looks to you, Tynan, and says, "It's a big weasel."
Do we still have that cart?
Opal says, "I'm not sure there's enough room back here." and Mim goes, "Well, I can carry you, Opal. I'm very gentle, you'll see."
I was gonna say, could we maybe? Oh, we can't roll. Huh? I was gonna say, could we maybe fashion some sort of stuff?
Well, not only that, Mim also says, "You're not due for another 3 weeks as well. You can stretch your legs."
Yeah, what is...
Opal's like milking that pregnancy, like, it's awful.
She's like on her back, like, "No, I can't move."
Yes,
Where's my ice cream and pickles?
that's it. That's it. That's exactly it. And unless you guys have anything else you want to say or do, we're going to call the session right there.
No, I think we're gonna strap him up to the cart. The only thing I want to make sure is you said he's gonna be getting delirious. So
Oh, yeah.
I want to make sure that he is completely tied down.
Okay.
It may not.
You'll
be...
have to.
Go. Sorry. Go ahead.
You'd have to use some like makeshift rope and whatnot.
We also have a
Hugh-
plethora of brewers and such that we could try to keep him sedated
Oh yeah.
to keep him under.
You would do this with the help of like Huey would like sort of offer you like his belt as well as maybe the long sash that he wears of silk.
Tynan has a couple belts. Like maybe we could just belt his arms and his one leg down to the cart. It probably isn't necessary, but it's for Tynan. It's just a security thing because he doesn't want to roll this dude through town with the mice seeing a weasel just able to get up and do whatever it wants.
We're only allowed to take him in as well, right? We can't take Huey in.
Just the one is my plan. We probably could take all of them in, but I don't think that would help our cause.
That would have to be something you roll for at the gates.
Yeah, I think we can probably swing the one, especially if he's like unconscious. But But yeah, other than that, the Ozai in chat, and he reminded me, what exactly was Alphonse's response to our plan, our undertaking here?
He is still observing this. He's standing very tall, trying to get a good look at what's going on. And the only thing you can see from him is this toothy grin, which he quickly drops when he notices you are observing him. And he quickly and wordlessly sort of gets back on his fours and goes behind the cart.
Like, as we're leaving?
Yes.
Is he doing something, or is he just...
His nose keeps twitching towards Fank for some reason.
Can I help you, friend?
I think this old fur is the one that needs help.
Yes, but you seem very interested. We're leaving. Can I help you?
Not you, Mouse. You see his fur is very bristly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
He's like, his hand is on the pommel of his sword. Like,
Mhm.
he's just kind of doing his best to stand, to stare this weasel down.
he notices your paw on the hilt and says, "Well, I hope you use that better against, actual threats than snakes. It wasn't the best display. Albeit I'm not one to say who has the advantage here. After all, I was under the butt of the Whistlepig. Still, you weren't any better. Did you fight in the Winter War?
No, I was not a soldier. I'm a scholar more than a soldier, but I wouldn't let that fool you. There are a few enemies that have fallen to my blade, as well as my companions.
Do I hear any of this?
I assume you would, yeah.
But for now, our goals align, unless I'm mistaken.
I will say this. I follow him, and he points to Huey.
Yeah.
And I revel for the days when that name he carries can be used for something worthwhile.
And he says, I do too. And I think that that while will be making sure that his father is good and gone.
Well, it surprises you to hear that this very moment he might be, for all we know.
Well, then I think we can all sleep a bit more soundly.
Mice can.
He says,
I won't, because I know your little trail of stinky dirt won't keep those wolves back forever. You're lucky that it was us living in Woodruff's Grove. A love-struck weasel. If any of us had any sense, we would have taken one of your towns.
yeah,
Instead, we're stuck with him.
says,
But he just said he felt.
he says, you don't seem to have the numbers.
Wait, so Opal's still in this cart, by the way. She's over like.
No, she's getting piggyback from them. Oh my god, can you imagine?
Fucking Opal.
Oh.
She's probably sitting there like,
Just like
Eating her ice cream. It's like,
fucking.
Piece of shit.
She throws her spoon at him.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
fucking Opal.
But he sort of looks down to you, Tynan, and says, "Well, you're being quite chatty all of a sudden."
just like to know who I'm traveling with. That's all. And then he'll just kind of like turn, and I assume like probably because you were asking for Brienne, was it like I assume she's like a couple feet away.
Yeah.
You know, and as he turns, he just kind of makes eye contact with Brienne.
Mm-hmm. I've been listening.
Yeah.
Just been eyeing that guy.
Yeah, he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna kind of make eye contact with you and just keep walking.
Brienne, you notice he reaches into a pouch at his belt and he pulls out a little sliver of a little pine nut and just sort of crunches it between his teeth rather noisily.
I just mean mug him as much as I can. I was the Witcher worse. I'm just like, and I just look at him dead in the eyes and I just say, you want to be the number 2? You want to be number 2? I'm just saying, you're not the first of your kind that I've killed. I just wanted to see if you wanted to be number 2. With that, I pull up my pants up around my rotundness.
Oh my god.
And roll my fat ass around and walk away,
As you
saunter
walk
away.
I'm that kid in that like 90s gift. It's like,
Oh, lovely.
Just saying, I can make it too.
Yeah, I like this. And he
I'm telling
crunches
you.
another.
That guy's gonna try and fuck us.
Yeah, he's definitely up to something. I get the sense that he's not as loyal to Huey as we think he is.
No, he's probably really loyal. He probably just wants to fucking make Huey evil. He wants to. That's what I'm saying. I told you he was bad news.
going on. I feel like he has slipped something into No Foot's something.
Yeah, is it possible? And we can resolve this at the beginning of next game. For like Tynan will definitely once we're off towards the town, inspect the car. Like he'll fucking check that shit. Nose, vision, all that.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a grisly check, by the way. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't like the sound of that.
Festering wounds are not for idle eyes. Nor idle notices. That is where we're gonna leave it. We're gonna do rewards now. So go ahead and look at your guys' beliefs and instincts. And if you feel like you accomplished, or have rather acted on those at some point, you can earn a fate point for each of them. What do you guys think?
Sorry, say that again. I missed the middle of that.
Oh, just the usual fate point awards. If you acted on your belief or instinct, you earn a fate point for each of them.
Let me see. I'm trying to think if I probably should have adjusted his belief. I don't really think we got around to that though. I think he's kind of getting there.
Ooh. And yeah, you can change your belief before any session.
Yeah, I don't think mine. I don't think either my belief or my instinct really came up this week. I think we were a little preoccupied.
And
Okay.
yeah, and unfortunately, we are at a point where like I'm not as good as getting the beliefs tied in at this point, but I'm hoping to change that at some point.
I think it'd be fun to like. I mean, beliefs would evolve as character story would change. So, like adjusting that every time or whatever, or like looking at it. About it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the whole point is like you're not tied down to what it says. In between sessions, you can say like, if I'm not actively acting on my belief, I can change it to something that is more easily doable or more easily relatable.
But
Same
not
with
only
it.
that, if there is a reward that says if you play against your belief, if you literally have to reject what you used to believe, then you get a persona point instead. So if you feel like you acted in a manner that is contradictory due to the drama of the situation, then you would get a persona point instead. That doesn't come up very often. But I could work on that.
I think I played on my instinct, sort of. Because
Your instinct.
my instinct is when in doubt, coils out, and I feel like when the snake came out, that was definitely.
Oh yeah,
my
yeah.
reaction
She
was
charged.
Oh
right
yeah,
away.
you took that first action. Taking the first action is one of the scariest things to do sometimes.
Yeah, and I definitely
I-
feel like Brienne quilled out.
Quilled out. Alrighty. And fortunately, once again, goals were sort of wishy-washy today. My apologies.
Okay.
If you accomplished your goal, if you set out with it, by all means, tell me if you accomplished it. What was your goal, by the way?
I
I didn't set one.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
any of us actually set a goal for this session. I think we just kind of got right into.
Yeah,
Right
personally,
into
mine was
Sadly,
to not be
yeah.
angry anymore, but I'm not going to take a point for that. So
So I think just because of that, and because we really sort of used this session to sort of role play through this situation after that wolf, we can go ahead and just give you guys a persona point, sort of just as a apology, because I always forget to remind players about goals. I always forget.
you're
Could we-
as if you aren't so giving to us, anyways.
Yeah.
As I look over and see 14% of points, like I think we are.
Well, oopsie. Chat,
it's
can
not
you
like-
just yell at me at the beginning of each session, please? And you guys deserve persona points. You're great. Speaking of deserve, who deserves the MVP this session?
Who are you pointing
I'm pointing at Leslie.
at? Me?
Yeah,
Because
I
I raged
have
out
to
on the
agree.
snake out.
because you
You
made
snaked out.
you made
girl.
snake chili is what you did.
She did.
It's fun to be like aggressive at one point with Junie, because normally she's a little bit more of a maneuver.
You know what I think? I think that's how you got rid of your angry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just took it all out.
The snake.
Yeah. So now, from now on, I want every single one of you to live in fear of when I give her the angry
Don't-
condition.
Don't make her angry. You won't like her when she's
Yeah.
angry.
I love it.
God damn it.
So what is that?
Mm,
Is that a persona or a fate? I don't remember.
that's a persona.
Okay.
All right. And then we have Workhorse. Who do you think is the Workhorse Award?
I think Askren did a lot of talking.
Yeah.
A lot of
negotiating,
failing,
stuff
though.
like that.
That's-
But still a lot of taking the lead.
Yeah, I agree.
It's true. So if you'd like Askren, you get a persona point as well.
Sure.
If you want it.
If okay, I'll put it on my sheet. I need to use them more, man. I got so many piling up.
I'm telling you guys that they can become a valuable resource.
We also have an
Um,
extremely giving audience.
Yeah, we have a lot
Everybody
of
knows
rerolls
that
and stuff there.
game,
Like
It's
My-
true.
my other game, I'm starved for points. I don't have enough.
I like heavier than a duck. It's the workhorse, not the success horse. That's a good way to put it. And then we come to the Embodiment Award, which goes to everyone. Each of you gets a persona point because, gosh darn, you role-played the heck out of today. Despite, I feel like today was really freeform in a sense.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's what this session called for, but I guess we'll just go ahead and get to the point where if you guys want to talk about things that happened in the session or things that I could do better, then by all means lay it in front of me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of where we're wrapping up the session. But why don't we go ahead and talk to our players, get some thoughts and feelings on today's session, maybe where the story's going, or anything about what state your character is in, and all that good stuff. And then, of course, you can let people know who you are and what you get up to on the internet. Why don't we start with you, Leslie? What did you think about tonight?
It was fun. It was fun to get back in after being off last week. Also, thank you for making this session be both action-packed but not super involved with everything, so I wasn't just like, what happened? The whole time.
Oh.
But it was good. I was like having a good combat, and plus like Junie is really close to my nature, like being a compassionate person and like not wanting to pick fights or anything like that, so it's fun, like I was saying, just have that whiplash moment of just being able to act on anger and like be goofy about it, as well as telling the story about Tyler Rebel's great truffle.
That was a great story.
The truffle shuffle.
Is that what it's titled in the guard's handbook?
Mm-hmm.
The truffle shuffle. Nice.
How many stories of Truffle Shuffle do you have?
I'll go back.
How many tales?
Tell me this. When you're around the campfire, your kids will say, "Tell me the story of the Truffle Shuffle one more time."
But it was good. I have to commend her on like being able to carry so many different characters. Like I can barely just carry Junie without going too sassy because she wouldn't be. So being able to bounce between everybody, like hats off, man. Good job.
You do have like a lot of NPCs that you bounce.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty awesome. For's a pretty cool guy. That's the thing. That's the name of the story. For's the person who's cool.
And he runs like short mouse guard campaigns for his people on his channel, so definitely check him out if you guys are interested.
Oh yeah, oh man, there's so many non-playing characters. It's what?
And you keep all their voices.
Are we passing this off to me because
Yeah.
I have so many?
Thanks. Bye.
Oh my god!
Well,
Just dropping it on literally.
gosh.
Just use your time on stage to shout out for. That's how we roll.
This is not how it works.
I think everyone should just do that. Everyone was just like, "Yeah, session was great.
no.
Shout out for." You can follow him on Twitch.
all right, For, take it away. Good job. You guys next.
All right, well,
How about Four
Since-
just role plays all of us
Yes.
giving our closings and then shouts
please,
himself out?
God, no. I could not do that.
We did that last week, didn't we?
We did each other.
I was not.
We did.
I was
But that.
I was
I love it.
Okay, no,
He did
I'm
you
not. I'm
justice.
just gonna.
Oh.
No, my name is Four. Do not listen to them. They are amazing. They are the most fantastic players. I'm really proud of this campaign. I'm really proud of my players, and I do mouse guard stuff on my channel. Which, if you liked what you saw here, and you want to get in on this grand majesty of mouse guard, I run a community campaign. That is a West Marches style campaign in the world of mouse guard. So if you want to be a little mouse and you want to smash a snake with a stick, or all that you would, it's a good open, yeah. You can come to my channel and join our Discord. That will get you all set up in order to get your character, your place in the world, and just this revolving plot that is currently happening in our Eastern Marches campaign. Quite honestly, Mouse Guard is the role-playing game that I use to introduce people to role-playing tabletop games. It is my absolute favorite setting and favorite system, and I adore sharing it, and I'm absolutely grateful for asking for letting me come here and just do the fun stuff with these wonderful people like Bronze Girl. It's your turn.
Oh, nice nice pass off there. I had a good time with the session. I was a little sick and a little distracted, but I still had a good time with the session. And I really like that we're kind of working with some of the people that we thought that we were gonna be killing. That's kind of fun. And actually, my favorite part of this session was seeing kind of like how Lucretia keeps this big ol' weasel in check, because we were kind of joking about that.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, like, but it's kind of cute how she's smaller, but she throws her weight around, so to speak. That was cute. I liked it. Thank you for being awesome. I appreciate it.
And where can people find you and your sassiness?
www.nra.org.
Hashtag sponsored.
No.
Hashtag ad.
I'm that bronze girl on the internet.
Just the one.
Yep. I'm the only one that I know of. But, yeah. Feel free to claim me for your women of color affirmation, since everyone else already has. You can collect just like Pokemon. Come get your Pokemon Go app and come catch bronze at your local Twitch channel.
It's gonna go on my TwitchCon scavenger hunt.
This has been my how much can I trigger Leslie in 2 hours session. Like, how much can I trigger her in 2 hours?
Oh.
I'm done.
Guys, oh man, guys, these people are amazing. Go give them a follow. All of their links to their Twitch channels are in chat, and you should be following every single one because they're all really, really great content creators and just amazing friends to have. Thank you guys for hanging out. Especially thank you for running this and for being such a great guy. My name is Askren. You know me. I do this whole craziness here on Exploding Dice, and thank you so much to everyone who followed. I want to take a quick second to shout out OEXTO, that's how I'm pronouncing that, Chris People, and No Time for Meta, and where else, Dog Rock Videos, and Radical Solution, and Bo3 WTF, and Night Shadow, and Tater4.
Tater.
It's literally Tater and then Fore. It's like Pickle Rick, but Tater 4. That's what I'm saying. It's like Pickle Rick, but Tater 4.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go on stream and I'm just gonna bake a pan of tater tots.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pin them all on this.
That's not a good idea. Everything up to that was fine, and then you were like, you went off the deep end.
Should I put them in my hair instead?
Whoa.
I'm dropping bows.
I'm into it.
I got a new fad.
Just anybody going to chat, if anybody's going to TwitchCon, I know Askren will be there if you want to fly by and catch him in the the tabletop area. So.
Yeah, we're just basically Grinny was saying, or some people were saying that this is going to be our last show on this channel for about a week. We will be coming back next week. So people hitting that follow button. I'll get you in 1 second. So Monday through Monday. So this Monday coming through to the next Monday, there will be no content on this channel. Maybe Periscope streaming and stuff. I don't, if I can figure out how to get that done, but most of us will be out at the TwitchCon doing the TwitchCon thing. If you are in the LA area, make sure you come say hi. I'm gonna be giving away stuff like these. I'm gonna be giving away dice and cards and these custom-made Elderwood hex chests. We've got a whole bunch of those to hand out, as well as maybe some Tomb of Horrors maps that Wizards sends me every so often, and I have like 100 of them. There's just all kinds of cool stuff, and I'm also going to be largely in the tabletop area, playing games with my friends, trying to stream it, maybe bringing you that cool TwitchCon action. And then hopefully we will see you right back here. But in the meantime, there are plenty of other streamers who are going to be holding the gauntlet, and you can catch all of them. Our TGN team is going to be mostly out at TwitchCon, but I know lots of people who are going to be streaming that time. So make sure you go check them out. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you 1xDracoX1 for following, and also Fogsight for following. Well, thank you for joining us, and welcome to the madness. Thank you for the 2 subs from... Where are we? From BP Phantom and Dice Rolling Mom, and also those donations. Thank you guys so much. We love that you guys are supporting the show, that you guys, I am so thankful that you guys have enabled me to get out to TwitchCon this year, because it's all the way across the country, and that's a far-ass flight. And so, thank you guys so much, and of course, thank you just for spending your time here, your evening here with us. It means so much, having you guys in chat and all that stuff. What is going on here? Oh yeah, I know that guy. Let's do that. We are pretty much done here. That is going to be it for us, but of course we are going to pass on the love to someone else, and he plays with Jay, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew I recognized that name from Ilios, which I've caught an episode of. We are going to go pass the love on to someone who I'm going to drop in chat. His name is Zotbot, and he is another streamer who I have seen play D&D with my good friend Bro Tato. And so hopefully you guys will give him the love. There is the... No, not the shout-out. That's not what I want. I want the raid. I want you guys to go ahead and drop the love in his chat. As soon as we get out of here, we're going to drop a host. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for spending time with us. We will see you next time. But as always, thank you for watching. And don't let Dice Thulu get his tentacles on you, because he might make you make an alliance with weasels.
Which might not be a bad thing.
Might be a good thing.
Might be a good thing.
Go Weasel.
Until one of them betrays you. Hashtag Team Weasels. Before we hated them, and now we love them. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.